Do you know what our ancestors did before they invented the wheel, writing, or iron tools? They caused one of the greatest ecological disasters in the history of the Earth. Not with war or destructive weapons, but with spears, stones, and our intelligence. Humans drove a whole range of giant animals to extinction. This story is not just about predation, but about a surprising truth. We are not the only species on this planet, but somehow we became the only one left and changed the world forever.
Tens of thousands of years ago, Earth was a very different world. It was a place where giant animals ruled the continents. In Australia, there were kangaroos that weighed 200 kilograms, lions that had pouches as big as tigers, flightless birds that were twice the size of ostriches, and dragon-like lizards that were up to 5 meters long. The Americas were home to giant ground sloths that stood up to 6 meters tall and weighed 8 tons, along with giant armadillos that weighed up to 2 tons. Even on remote islands like New Zealand, there were unique bird species found nowhere else. But then, about 45,000 years ago, something happened that changed everything. Homo sapiens arrived on the Australian continent from Asia. Their first footprints in the sand may have been washed away by the waves, but their mark on the ecosystem will never be erased. Within a few thousand years, about 90% of Australia's large animals had disappeared.
What happened? Was climate to blame? Not necessarily. The Earth's climate is constantly changing, and these giant animals have survived millions of years and many ice ages. The main culprit, scientists say, is humans. Sapiens explorers brought with them 2 secret weapons: hunting and fire farming. The Australian giants were completely unfamiliar with these 2-legged predators, and they became easy prey. Just hunting down a diprotodon, a large mammal, every few months was enough to kill more than they were born, pushing the species to the brink of extinction within a few thousand years. But hunting isn't the only reason. Humans also use fire to burn forests, creating new grasslands for hunting smaller, more easily found animals. This changes the vegetation in a fundamental way, disrupting the entire food chain and driving many other animals not targeted by hunting to extinction.
This tragic story was repeated everywhere Homo sapiens went. About 16,000 years ago, humans crossed the Bering Strait and entered the Americas. As in Australia, they drove the large animals of the Americas to extinction. Even when the Maori arrived in New Zealand just 800 years ago, within a few centuries, 60% of the native birds and large mammals had disappeared. So why did Homo sapiens succeed in doing this, while other predators like lions and sharks failed to cause similar mass extinctions? Because natural predators evolved very slowly, over millions of years, allowing ecosystems time to adapt and develop self-balancing mechanisms. Lions became dangerous, antelopes evolved to run faster, and rhinos became more aggressive. Homo sapiens, on the other hand, jumped to the top of the food chain so quickly that the ecosystem had no time to adjust. And worse, humans themselves had no time to adjust. We have the power of an apex predator, but the survival instincts of an average animal, always fearful and greedy for resources. Looking back in history, the rise of humans was a tragic revolution for the rest of the planet. About 70,000 years ago, Earth was home to 200 genera of large mammals. By the time of the agricultural revolution, that number had dwindled to around 100.
We caused the first and greatest wave of extinction, long before we were even known as civilization. These mass extinctions reveal a startling truth. Our capacity for destruction comes not from physical strength, but from something else entirely. It is an invisible weapon. A great turning point happened in our minds. So what exactly happened some 70,000 years ago to transform a humble animal into the unstoppable ruler of the earth? Was it imagination, language, storytelling? And are we living in a world built on stories? Stay tuned for the next episode, 70,000 years ago, the turning point that changed the fate of mankind.